You're listening to Tales of the Forsaken, a live play Fate Core game by Noble Jester Productions.
You're set up, you have this attraction spell running, and you see this dragon coming in at you, and you prepare yourself to throw a spear? Is that what your plan is?
Yes, I feel like I'm going to try to throw the spear with a magical enhancement to this throw. I mean, I have seen Verboden action, he killed that other dragon pretty easily, but also this is still another dragon, and I'm going to try to help out how I can.
Okay.
Yep.
Interesting. All right. Yeah, well, this dragon's coming in at you extremely fast. You can go ahead and make your throw.
Okay. I'm going to do like will this be a shoot, or is this more like a athletics thing?
I'd give you physique or shoot, whichever you'd prefer. And then just keep in mind, I think I told you what the dragon spear, what the pluses were if you're...
Yeah, so it's the Dragon Killer stunt, +2. It's a +2 spear, but then spending a fate point on a roll, then it's a +5 bonus, or is it +5 in addition to the 2? I forget what you said.
Yeah, so it would become a +7 if you used a fate point against a dragon.
Got it. Well, I feel like don't know how many chances I'm going to get for this, so I will definitely try to do that with this roll.
All right, so you kind of wind up, get yourself ready to throw, and right as you're about to throw, you hear kind of a second set of wing beats.
Oh no!
And you can see coming from the north, so this one was coming kind of along the tree line from the west. Coming from the north, you see a second dragon coming.
Oh, great. All I think of is clever girl. Okay. Alright, well, I'm still doing that.
Yeah, go for it.
Okay. That is a 9 total.
Alright, well, he rolled really poorly and only got a 2. So you do 7 shifts to this dragon as you just wind up and throw. I'm assuming you kind of magically enhance this throw.
Yep.
And you watch as this spear flies up and stabs straight into the chest of this dragon. And it looks like either magically, because of the nature of this spear, or your throw is just so good, it like slides up between these scales. And you see kind of a fountain of this ruby red blood start to gush out, and it falls and slams into the ground and rolls a couple of times. You're not sure if it's dead, but it definitely looks like you hurt it really bad. And then this other one comes in, and it's going to swoop down at you.
Okay.
So I don't know how you're defending from this. I don't know what you're going to do, but it's coming down at you with its claws.
So I feel like with the direction it's coming from and me being able to use a weapon that did as much as it did to that one, I don't know if that one's dead, but I'm going to be running towards the dragon that fell out in the sky.
All right.
That is a -1.
Okay. You got a 4.
Okay.
So that would be 5 shifts of physical stress, unless you want to do something else.
I just think I would I didn't use the chalice for that, so I'll just have the chalice used for like kind of boosting my speed, so then it'll only be 3 physical stress.
All right. So he comes down, and you feel these claws rake along your back a little bit. Not like tearing you apart, but you definitely feel like you've been slashed pretty good on your back.
Okay.
And then he kind of starts to ascend again, and that is when Verboden suddenly appears and slams into him. So Verboden impacts, and they both hit the ground and kind of roll together, and you can see the two of them biting and clawing at each other. Are you going to keep running for the one that you knocked down?
Yes.
Okay. So you see it kind of stirring and trying to get up, and you can see this spear kind of still sticking out of its chest. What are you going to do?
I'm going to try to run for the spear and like try to pull it out and re-stab it if I have the opportunity.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, I'd say at this point it's still trying to get up, so I think you can get there, grab it, and make an attack.
Okay. And this dragon killer stun, that's a one and done. That's gone now.
Well, if you used, you used fate point, I'm assuming. You could
did.
use another fate point if you have one.
Yeah, I do. So I think I will do that just to make sure there's no doubt about it. I need to kill this because there are two dragons here.
Yeah.
Okay. So probably like a physique or athletics.
I'd say probably fight since you're right up close.
Fight, right. Yeah, I forgot about that skill. Okay. That's a fair skill.
It really says something about the characters you choose to make that you forgot about the fight skill.
Yeah, right. Went for a different strategy this time.
Yeah.
Okay, so that is a 10 total.
Definitely made this spear way too strong.
You did.
All right. Yeah, I mean, you kind of leap up onto this dragon and pull this spear out and then just stab it back down in. And you can see this thing's, kind of eyes are wide and it's panting. And you really grind this spear down in, and you feel something inside of the chest give way, and it just falls limp.
Awesome. I will say, though, too, you probably created this with the thought in mind of my typical bad rolls. So you're trying to offset, what's the typical roll of me rolling, a bunch of negatives. So
I created it for a very specific purpose, and this is not the purpose it was created for.
Okay, got it.
So it's a little overpowered for this.
That's okay, because, it's all right.
No, it's
Take
good.
it.
Hopefully the purpose was not to kill Verboden,
Yeah, I was a little worried about that.
Maybe don't lose it.
Yeah.
All right.
Don't fall in the wrong hands.
Yeah, so you grind it down into this chest, and the thing, falls limp. And then you see this other dragon throw Verboden off, who then leaps back into the air and is going to attack back at this other dragon. He lands on it and pins it down and is really kind of ripping at its throat with his jaws. What are you going to do?
I don't think I want to, I don't know. I just took out a dragon. I don't think I'll use my last fate point for this, but I want to try to, magically throw this into the other dragon.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Go ahead and make an attack. And here's a question, and I don't want you to answer based on the question itself, but based on what your character actually would have done in this moment.
Okay.
Is the attraction spell still up?
Oh, right.
Would you have thought to have ended it?
I don't think so.
Okay.
No, I feel like in the heat of all this, I don't think he's smart enough to realize that.
Okay.
Yeah.
So as you throw this spear, you hear wing beats, and a third dragon starts to come in.
Okay, I think at that point, okay, let's turn off this attraction spell.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. So you end that,
Mm-hmm.
but this third dragon is coming in. But you've thrown the spear, so go ahead and make your attack.
Okay. That's 6 total.
Okay. It's a good thing you succeeded, because if you had failed, I was gonna have that hit Verboden
I know.
instead.
As soon as I said it, I was like, "Oops! I better make sure I hit this."
Yeah. So that is a 4. So you do 2 shifts of stress to this dragon. Yeah. So your spear stabs kind of into its side, and you see it scream out, and Verboden's gonna kind of really go in for the kill here. Oh yeah.
Oh yes.
Yeah. This spear stabs into its side, and he actually releases, kind of the wing that he had been holding down, and he uses his fist to slam the spear further into its side, and then rips his teeth through its neck, and it falls limp. As that's happening, though, this third dragon is coming in, and it's going to, seeing him probably as the greater threat, it's going to dive bomb right into his back.
Okay. Ooh.
Yeah, that's very, very bad. That's like a Verboden style roll, too.
Yeah, that's crazy. 2 rolls of the -4s.
Yeah.
Yeah.
In a row. All right. So this dragon impacts on Verboden, and you just kind of see him go limp. Not sure if that means he's dead or not, but he appears to at least be stunned, injured, whatever. And this dragon spins towards you and is going to start charging at you.
Uh-oh. Okay, I feel like I need to get to that spear, so I'm going to run towards the dragon, and I want to try to, like, blink teleport myself, like, as I get close to him, like, past him.
Yeah, I guess.
Deceive?
Yeah, I'd say deceive works just fine. I'm going to say this is kind of like creating an advantage.
Okay. That's a 6 total.
Yeah, you successfully, so you start running towards him, and you feel yourself teleport past him. And I'm going to say you create an advantage of positioning, maybe.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, you've managed to kind of get out of his direct attack roll. His direct sight, he's not sure where you are. You see this spear sticking out of the, it's now pretty far in the side of this dragon as Verboden shoved it in further. But this dragon is kind of trying to find you. He's not sure where you've gone.
Okay, I will try to be pulling this spear out, and also trying to talk to you, Verboden. Wake up.
Okay. You see him stir a little bit, but he seems like he's been knocked out.
Oh gosh. Okay.
So you're trying to pull this spear out. I'm gonna say I'm gonna need a physique roll or something for that.
Okay. I'm doing this with magical strength.
Okay.
It's 5.
Okay. It's really wedged in there, but you pull on it and you can feel with the magically, aided muscles, you are able to pull it out. And this dragon has now ascended up into the air, did kind of a quick spin, sees you, and it's going to come in at you.
Okay.
So it's going to attack you. That is a 5.
Could I, defend with an attack? You ever seen Rain of Fire?
Uh-huh.
I'm gonna run forward with the spear and jump and try to meet it.
So basically opposed rolls instead of actually defending.
Yeah.
Yeah, sure. What the heck?
Okay, let's do this.
I don't even know how that works with the rules, but why not? It's cool. So.
Okay. All right, I'm gonna use my last fate point for this. So maybe just a fight.
Yeah.
Okay. So that's a 8.
Yeah, you succeed. So it's coming down at you, and you spin, and you just leap up in the air, and you feel kind of the magically aided leap, and you right over these slashing claws and stab the spear down into its neck. You hit him with it. Now, what are you doing? Are you trying to pull it out and go back down to the ground, or what are you trying to do as a result of that?
Oh, right. Because I stuck it into his side. Now it's in him, right?
Yeah.
Okay. How high off the ground am I?
Not super high.
20,
maybe, 20 feet-ish.
Something like that. Yeah, I will try to pull the spear out, like, put my legs up on his side, push it out, and pull out the spear, and then I know I'd have to use something magically to like help land, try to do like the the good old 3-point stance land on the ground.
Okay. Yeah. So it's not that difficult to pull it out. You fall, and he starts corkscrewing up, and you can see blood pouring down his side. You successfully land. Not really gonna make you roll for that.
Okay.
As long as you use some magic, you can pretty successfully do that. This is a green dragon, and it gets up to a certain height and then starts dive bombing back down at you. And you see it open its jaws, and this like spray of green poison sprays out of its jaws at you. So it's gonna make an attack.
Okay.
I just kind of considered that you landing was kind of your turn.
Yeah,
so.
totally. I'll try to dodge out of the way of this. It's a 1.
Okay. You got a 5.
Oh, well, I am out of fate points, so I can't do anything about that.
All right. So that would be 4 points of physical stress.
Yeah, so that's all my physical stress boxes, and I would need a mild consequence.
Okay. I would say in this moment, the mild consequence would probably be something along the realm of fear. I mean, at this point, you have a adult dragon that you now seem to be alone fighting.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, you've done some damage, but you've now been hit by this kind of poison spray, and you can feel your reactions kind of slowing, and you're not doing so well.
Okay.
So yeah, I'm going to say fear.
Okay.
Let's make that your consequence.
Okay. That's not good.
No, it's not.
Okay.
You're up.
So, thinking back, Verboden had healed my broken leg. He feels down. Can I try to, like, channel some sort of healing magic towards Verboden? I need him back.
Yeah. Let's go ahead and have you roll for that. Honestly, I'd say rapport would be a good roll for that.
Okay. That is a 6 total.
Yeah, you pour energy and almost like, probably overdo it in this sense that you're now terrified and you need his help. So you just shove this magical energy into him, and it's almost like, a live wire hits him. Like every muscle kind of spasms and his eyes shoot open, and he leaps into the air, and you see him kind of take a moment to see what's going on, and then he breathes fire up at this dragon that's plummeting down.
Okay.
I'm really rolling pretty poorly for Verboden, but that does hit. So this fire slams into the dragon, and it's kind of a little off center, so it actually makes it spin in the air, and it kind of catches itself and swoops to the side, and he's gonna swoop away from it and then curve around, and they're now kind of coming at each other in the air. It seems like this dragon is seeing him is ignoring you for the moment, so you can do something if you want.
Well, with being afraid, I'm gonna go like around and put that body, the other dragon, like in between me and this fight, and kind of just hide from there.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So they come at each other, and they're just going to collide in the air, and they're going to attack each other. Yeah, this dragon slams into Verboden, who you can see him kind of use one paw to beat its legs to the side and avoids this attack, and then it's going to bite at it. Yeah, and he grabs it right at the base of the neck, and with the damage that's already been done to it, he does this kind of corkscrew motion in the air, and you can see its neck just whiplash, and then he rides it down to the ground.
Okay, I'm looking around. Am I seeing any other dragons coming in?
You do not see any other dragons coming in.
Okay, that's good for now. Okay, then I will come out from hiding behind this dragon and sort of make my way towards Verboden.
Okay. He takes a moment to check each one of these bodies staying in his dragon form to make sure that they're actually dead. And then he shifts down into his orc form. And he walks up to you and he kind of claps you on the shoulder and says, "Well, that went pretty well, I'd say."
If you say so, sorry about all three of those. That was not really the plan.
That was better than my plan. I wasn't expecting you to draw in so many, but we got them all.
Yes, I guess it's pretty efficient.
Yeah, I'm fairly confident, based on the people I've talked to, that there were only 3, so...
Really? So
my work here is done.
So that's it? There's no more dragons to worry about?
I believe that's accurate, unless you're worried about me.
No. I'm not worried about you. Should I be worried?
I don't think so, especially not with that spear you've got.
Yes, well, don't know if I'll really be needing this, but I'll hang on to it for now.
Just keep it away from me, and yeah, that's no problem.
Right, well, I guess we can start heading towards the mountains and find a good place to put us down there.
Yeah, I'll take you down there, and then I'm gonna see if there's anything else to worry about here. Obviously, look, I totally understand the situation you're in and that it's very important, but I'm here to deal with these dragon and make sure that there aren't any more incursions from either one of our realms into the other. So I'll help as I can, but I do have other things I need to do.
Yes, that makes sense what you're explaining, and honestly glad that these dragons are gone. That was worrisome, and I will say that felt pretty good.
It should. You just helped kill 3 dragon. I mean, you did a lot of the work there. I was out cold.
I'll have to tell Larson about it. Hopefully he'll find some amusement from it.
I'd say so. You've done good work here.
All right, well, you as well.
I may have been a bit hasty in my desire for you to stop using this magic that we both have access to. You've done good work here, and while I don't want to run out, I understand what you're doing.
Right, well, thank you. Thank you for that.
Alright, well, let me give you a ride. He turns back into the dragon form, and kind of the two of you together go back to where you had left Larson and Adrian, and I'm assuming at some point you would probably kind of end the invisibility spell as well.
Yeah.
And so you find them, and he's going to pick all 3 of you up, and again, staying pretty low, he takes you to the south. And it takes about probably 3 hours of him flying at pretty good speed until you see these mountains, and he takes you right up to the base of these mountains and drops you off, and then shifts back down into his orc form, and he looks around and says, "Well, I'm not really sure if there's somewhere else you want me to take you, but here's these mountains.
Could I maybe ask another favor?
You can ask."
I mean, you have quite the advantage with being able to be in the air, and maybe we could make a pass through these mountains and see if we might see any people.
Yeah, I think we could do that. It also may be of value if you do this, and he is going to again push another spell at you almost, and you kind of get this sense of like finding something. And he's like, I've never met your daughter, so I can't use this myself, but you could probably use that to at least get a direction.
Oh, okay, thank you. And I'll stop and try to focus and utilize what he's done.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know if you remember in Season 2, but it works very similarly to what Verboden has done in the past, where you kind of focus on on your daughter, and you kind of get this sense of almost like a radar, and you kind of turn and you feel like you've got a direction, and you even kind of feel like how far away she is, generally, not like how many feet, but generally kind of you think probably about another 6 hours, of travel by foot.
Okay.
So up to you if you want him to take you or not, or if you'd rather travel on the ground.
I feel like it makes sense to try to utilize any help that we can get from him, and plus he's a dragon and there's no other dragon here now, so that's a big boon. So yeah, let's do that.
All right, so he once again shifts into a dragon, and he picks you up and starts to fly into the mountains. How close do you want him to get you?
I would say to a point where if she couldn't see us or any other people, because I feel like that potentially could frighten them because they are aware the dragon's trying to kill them. So having him put us a ways where we could walk in, without being seen prior to landing. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so you eventually, you feel like you're close enough, and you signal him, and he drops the three of you off, and then he shifts back into orc form and leaves. And you are in these mountains, and you can kind of see that you're kind of at not necessarily a valley, but you're kind of at the mouth of a dip in these mountains, and you can see, it's almost like a bowl, and down at the bottom you can see some sort of a small structure, and there's quite a few trees that it almost looks like peaceful down there. There's trees, and you can see it looks almost like some sort of a wooden structure, and there's a little bit of smoke coming out of a chimney.
Okay. I think I'd maybe have Larson and Adrian wait there.
Okay.
And then I would go down into that area where the house is.
Yeah. You start making your way down there. Are you going to try to stealth or just...
Yeah, I'm going to stealth.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. You make your way down. Go ahead and roll for stealth.
That is a 7.
Okay. So you make your way down into this valley, and you can see as you get down closer to the bottom that there's actually it's very marshy, and there's a small, almost like a little lake in the center, and this structure is built in the middle of it. So there's this kind of wooden planking that leads out to it, and then there's large trees all around, and you can see there's light inside this structure, and there's smoke. It seems far too good to be true.
Yeah.
But you definitely, having this sense of your daughter, you can definitely tell she is in that building.
Yeah, I mean, that's going to lead me into, having to go all the way to figure this out, even though it doesn't seem like normal. So yeah, I'll walk on that plank slowly and approach.
Okay. As you're walking down those planks, I'm going to need a roll for you.
Here we go.
Probably, investigation or notice or something, just to kind of see if you see something out.
Okay. Yeah, I don't have any of those skills, so it's just a straight roll. That is a -1.
All right. Yeah, so you are making your way out along these planks, and you get about halfway when suddenly the planking underneath you is hit from below. And let's get an athletics roll to see if you tumble into the water or not.
Okay. That is a 3.
Okay. That is a 4. So you tumble.
I'm going to use magical influence because I was not on that roll, so that'll make that a 5.
Okay. So you start to feel yourself slide into the water, and you heighten your, reflexes and hold on, and you can see some sort of a scaled mass that has just hit the bottom of this and sinks back down into this lake.
Oh no. I will sprint to the house.
Okay.
Yeah.
You start sprinting for the house, and you see this kind of arrow shape in the water that zooms kind of, ahead of you and up to the right at the house, and you see these 4 reptile-type heads pop up out of the water. And we'll end it right there. Well, that was an eventful session.
Am I gonna die?
You might. You're.
I've already had taken a mild consequence, so I get like a scratch, and now I'm taking moderate and then severe.
Yeah, I mean, I probably won't let you clear those boxes either.
Yeah.
Well, I'd say you can clear the stress boxes, but you're going to need to keep the consequence for now.
Okay.
Because, I mean, it's been a couple hours. Like, I think the stress boxes would clear.
Okay.
But I'm going to keep the consequence for now. So,
okay, that makes sense.
Just the concept of kind of being afraid and having a little bit more of a sense of your own mortality in this moment.
Okay. Sounds good. Hey, but at least we took care of the dragon issue. I'm excited about that.
You did. You took care of these dragons. And now...
Is this another hunter?
You've met the Hydra.
Oh, no.